Hi, Oralia. This is Cale Moffat. I got your email and I started kind of looking at it, considering it, and trying to think about how I could help you. I'm looking over here at the email. I'm writing a paper on how slang terms and words should not be allowed to be published in dictionaries or used in schools. Um, yeah, this is going to be a difficult way to go. I think especially in terms of slang words in dictionaries. And to be honest, the reason why is this is not really much of an issue. Slang has been published in dictionaries for about 500 years. So to try to argue that it shouldn't be included, that's going to be really, really hard to get um, some ideas or sources that are going to back you up because it's just not a moot point.
Here, let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. This is an example of a record from the Cincinnati Public Library for a book that they have in their collection, in their microfilm collection, a new dictionary of the terms ancient and modern of the canting crew and its several tribes of gypsies, beggars, thieves, cheats, etc. Basically, this is a slang dictionary that was published in England in 1699. So the question of slang in dictionaries is actually very old, and it would be really difficult to make a case that it shouldn't be in dictionaries when it's been part of dictionaries for hundreds and hundreds of years. That doesn't mean you can't have the opinion that it shouldn't be in the dictionaries, but for making a scholarly or an academic persuasive argument, you would have a really hard time making that argument. So that's why I'm recommending that you go with the slang in schools approach. I think you'll have a much better shot at making a good persuasive argument that way.
Okay, so that being said, let me show you a little bit about databases and finding materials along these lines in the databases. So let's go there right now.
Alrighty, so here we are at the library's homepage. Um, Again, I'm going to approach it from the slang in schools approach. Again, the other argument is just going to be really hard to make. You're going to have a lot of background in cultural history, in history of language, in the history of publishing, moral philosophy. That would just be very difficult to make that claim. I can show you how to look for it, but I think the education question will be easier. So let's go ahead and come down here on the page to research guides. Click that. We'll go ahead and click all guides. And here's a listing of research guides that we've got. So let's go to education. Okay, go ahead and let's use this first tool here, Eric and ProQuest Education. Easiest thing to do at this point would be to go ahead and start with kind of a general term. Let's go ahead and try slang and classrooms. Again, I'm using the "and" in the capital letters to help show the database that this is not a search term. This is connecting the words slang and classroom, or those concepts. Do the search, gotta log in quick. Alrighty, and it kicks us back with 108 results that we can start working with. I'm going to recommend this right here, publication date. This shows us the range from 1967 to 2005. That's an awful huge jump in time. So I'm going to suggest that we go ahead and narrow this from the year 1990 on. That gives us about 30 years. It's still quite a lot, but we can start to work with it. This first one here, students' perceptions of a use of slang and verbal aggressiveness in a lecture and experiment. This is a report that you can kind of get to that starts talking about students' perceptions of teachers who are using slang. Here's a report from Communication Journalism Education Today on slang in schools. Right, there's a lot you can do here to get into that will help you kind of make an argument either way for slangs in school, whether it should be out or included under certain terms, however you're going to define it and approach it. This might be the easiest way to get at it. Let me just take a moment here really quickly and show you something. This is may not be appropriate right now since near the end of the semester, but a lot of students will come into databases and they'll click full text, the full text option automatically. Right, so we've narrowed it down time-wise from 1990 to 2015. We've got 69 results. Watch what happens to that number when we click full text. Right, that drops to 24. So that's 69, so 70 down to 24. That's approximately what, 66% in that area drop. So when you have time and you have time to work on it and you've got your research going early, don't click the full text because that's going to just knock out all kinds of possibilities for you right off the bat. Right now in the semester, you may need to go with full text. But so you can come down in here and and browse these. And 69 is not all that bad. You can go through and look at the abstract, read the abstract to see if this might fit in well with your argument, with what you were trying to say. And you can come up here, click on this arrow, and jump to the next one, so you can proceed through them. Okay, so within this database, the ProQuest, Education, and ERIC, this might be the easiest way to go at this. Let me show you a more general database here. Okay, so here we are back at the listing of the research guides. If we come down here to the A to Z list of databases, we'll click that. Let's go ahead and click on P here. Come down to ProQuest Central. ProQuest Central is a big general academic database. Has a lot of smaller components that we subscribe to, but this can be kind of a quick, good way to get through to a lot of sources. Slang in Classrooms already shows up. Again, this is a ProQuest product, so it keeps that search. And this lets us know it's searching in 17 different databases. Let's go ahead and click that. And here we hit 636 results. This one's going from 1927 to 2015. So again, let's go ahead and restrict that to the last 30 years or so. And we still have quite a lot of results here. So you can, let me show you one other quick tool that you can use. You can come in here to the subject menu, the subject terms. Go ahead and click this. You can scroll through here to see if you can narrow, if there will be a way to narrow these down. So you can slang, let's look at slang and teaching, see if there's something there you can work with. Education, educators, learning. Let's go ahead and throw learning in there, right? You can go through this list and create any combination of subcategories. Let's go ahead and just go with those. 112 results. So we can start going through here and looking through here to find something for this. This might be something of interest to you. Bubonic slang is not a substitute for proper English usage. This could kind of go into what you, judging from your language, an argument that you would be at home with. But these are some of the tools that you can use. Let me just show you really quickly. Let's go ahead and write slang and dictionaries. Alrighty, slang and dictionaries gives us an awful lot, 3,826 results. So we would have to really do a lot of narrowing here. Let's go ahead and keep it to the same time, similar time frame. Right, but here you're going to have to come in and look at source types. Let's go ahead and click trade journals, magazines, scholarly journals, because those are going to be the most useful, I think, for a college paper. Even then, we have 409 results. Now we're here, review. So you want to cut out the review essays because reviews aren't going to be very helpful. They're going to be talking about other books. not going to be very helpful for you. So let's go ahead and click document type here. Let's go ahead and click article, feature, and commentary. I think these will be the most helpful for your argument. Alrighty. So here we can start to narrow here. This first one's not going to be very helpful. Reference review. So this is going to be another review. So that one you'd want to ignore that one. Here's one that could be helpful. Humanities from AOK, the Historical Dictionary of American Slang. So this will be giving you a historical kind of idea about this. All right, Vulgar Tongues, Canting Dictionaries in the Language of People in 18th Century. So this is entries 18th century Britain, excuse me. So this is talking about this idea in the 1700s.
Okay, so there's a kind of run through on just kind of a quick set of tools you can use in the databases. Again, I think you would be you'd make your task much easier if you focused on slang in the classroom rather than slang in dictionaries. That would be a huge task to really try to write a good persuasive argument on that. If this helps, I hope so. Let me know. Let me know if you need some more help. Let me know again. And next week I'd be more than happy to sit down with you and see if we can find a few more sources for you. Have a great Thanksgiving. Ciao.